I have created the ultimate ChatGPT prompt for making countless unique stories for a faceless YouTube storytelling channel. In this video, I will share this prompt with you and demonstrate how you can utilize ChatGPT and Fleeky to create multiple faceless horror story YouTube videos in just a matter of minutes. Oh boy, do I have a lot of horror stories about this topic. But before we get started, let me tell you how I came up with the idea for this video. It was a moonlit night, with winds howling and my mind full of wicked ideas. One of those evenings when I found myself delving deep into the internet, in search of something both chilling and amusing. As I ventured through the vast expanse of YouTube, a channel seized my attention. An abyss of horror and goosebumps. Its name, whispered through the shadows, none other than
Mr. Nightmare.
These spine-tingling so-called true stories kept me wide awake throughout the whole night. However, this gave me time to think. What if I could harness the unholy powers of ChatGPT to create bone-chilling horror stories of my own? Oh, the unhinged laughter that reverberated through my room as I concocted this diabolical plan. Now, dear viewer, you might question, "Oh, AI-pocalypse, why would you want to create these stories?" Well, let me tell you. This YouTube channel has over 6 million subscribers, and their latest videos get around 1 million views each. Some of their most popular ones even reach 25 million views. According to Social Blade, they make up to $46,000 every month, despite their videos being mostly simple pictures with a voiceover. So let's dive right in and start creating. Alright, first of all, we are going, of course, to my good friend, the old trusty ChatGPT. We want ChatGPT to generate scary horror stories, just like the stories of all these successful YouTube channels. These stories need to appear as if they have been sent in by people who have actually encountered these events, making them very believable. You could simply ask ChatGPT to write a scary story, but let's take a look at the result. Once upon a time in a small isolated town. Yes, that definitely sounds like someone is narrating a tale they have personally experienced. So, I had to experiment a lot with ChatGPT to get some good results. I thought ChatGPT would be decently good at writing stories, but boy, was I wrong. I mean, I've seen scarier plot twists in a Scooby-Doo episode. So after many nights and days of trying out different prompts, I came up with the ultimate scary story writing prompt. And yes, I have already put it in the description. Let me break it down. The goal of the stories is to be very plausible, as if they could have been sent in by normal people who have encountered them. Therefore, the stories need to be highly believable. In the introductory text, I explain this to ChatGPT. I also mentioned that the story needs to make sense, so it needs to avoid writing about ghosts, haunted houses, and similar cliches. Then, I include a few different variables to be filled in. The beauty of this method is that these variables don't have to make sense. I've noticed that to avoid cliche stories about people seeing scary things in the shadows and getting attracted to deserted houses, you have to write a few not-so-obvious variables. The more random the variables are, the better, as ChatGPT is good at connecting them. For instance, for the beginning, you can write something like, "The person is talking to their friend. The person sees a bird flying," or simply describe what the person sees. The two most important parts are the ending and the plot. If you want ChatGPT to come up with something truly shocking, it is challenging. Asking it to write a shocking story will likely result in something like this. So this is where you need to get creative and give it a push in the right direction. For example, the ending could be a female being murdered, and the plot could involve the police investigating the matter and discovering that the female was killed by her drug addict neighbor. Next, you specify the things you don't want ChatGPT to talk about, almost like a section for negative prompts. We want the stories to be very believable, so we don't want ChatGPT to mention ghosts, haunted houses, and so on. This is a great tool to steer the story in the right direction. If you don't like something ChatGPT generates, simply add it to the list and try again. Okay, moving on. The person or main character will be the one telling the story. For example, a male. Keep it simple here. Then the setting. Where is the story taking place? It could be in a subway at night, a deserted island, an old prison, maybe an abandoned graveyard, or even Disneyland? You know what I said? Keep it random. Now, the word count. This will determine approximately how long the story will be. The writing style is also crucial. For this kind of story, again, we want to make it believable, as if it were written by an average person and not an experienced writer. The point of view will be first person. Fourth person is also an option. Lastly, the suspense build-up. We want to keep it slow. Now, all that's left to do is hit generate, and your amazing story is done. As you can see, it's not perfect. Mostly, the first and last paragraphs don't really add value to the story, so you can leave those out. By simply changing the values, you can generate completely different stories with different feels. Moving on, let's go to Fleeky.ai. This is a video editing tool mainly focused on voiceovers. It is comparable to Pictory.ai, where I've also made a few videos about. Pictory is very strong in the video part. However, in my opinion, Fleeky is better at the voiceovers. Fleeky is a paid tool, but they do have a free plan for you to test out this method. In this video, I'm going to show you a great video feature that I haven't found in other tools. For this, you may eventually need a standard or premium plan. You get a lot of value for your money with a premium plan, including over 1,000 voices in over 70 languages, the text-to-video feature, a voice cloning feature to clone your own voice, and much more. I put the links to all tools used in the description of this video. Once you've signed in, you have 3 options to choose from. You can make a podcast or an audiobook, but we are going to make a video. Go to Files and select New File. Give it a name and click Create. Now, go back to ChatGPT and copy the story. Paste it into Fleeky. Fleeky's AI will automatically suggest footage based on the story, but we won't be using this feature. Let me show you a better way. We want to use scary images that add value to the story. These images need to be specific to the story, so stock footage won't cut it. A great feature of Fleeky is its incorporated AI text-to-image generator, similar to DALL-E or Midjourney. Here, you can insert a description of an image, and Fleeky's AI will then generate it. We need a description for each paragraph to input into this text-to-image generator. Again, the easiest way is to use ChatGPT for this. The challenge is to get a short description of each paragraph that doesn't require the context of the rest of the story. To achieve this, you have to fill in this prompt. The second challenge is to get images that look alike and are realistic. AI-generated images sometimes have weird details that don't make sense. To overcome this, I'm asking ChatGPT to make the images black and white and blurry. This way, every image looks the same, and we don't see weird details. And leaving a bit up to the imagination is always scarier than just showing it in detail. Now, copy the description and go back to Fleeky. Click on the picture and go to AI Art. Here, you fill in the description and hit Enter. The AI text-to-image generator will generate an image based on your description. If you like the image, click on Use this art. If not, you can hit Regenerate. Keep in mind that generating images costs credits, so don't be too picky. Again, go back to ChatGPT, select the description, and put it in Fleeky. Continue this for all paragraphs. Now, let's move on to the video settings. We want to change the video size from square to landscape, and I'm going to disable the zoom effect for the images. Of course, if you like this effect, you can keep it on. Go to Subtitles and change the size to medium. I'm going to set the subtitle display to full so that the whole paragraph is displayed on the screen, and set the placement to center. Now, let's choose the voices. Fleeky has one of the most extensive libraries of voices. You can listen to the voices by selecting the sound icon. Pick one that you like and enable apply this voice to all the sections. Hit select, and we're almost done. The last step is to click on More in the top right corner and select Background Music. Here, you can search for background music for your video. Since we want something scary, I'm going to search for horror. Again, you can listen to the music by selecting the sound icon. I suggest lowering the volume to around 20 and hit save. And you're done. Let's have a look.
So picture this. I'm walking along the shore, the sand between my toes, the salty breeze blowing through my hair. The sun is setting, casting a golden hue over the entire beach. It was serene, peaceful even, but little did I know, the tranquility was about to be shattered. As I strolled further down the shoreline, my eyes caught something strange in the distance. There was a movement, something dangling from a rope tied to a tree. My curiosity got the best of me, and I cautiously approached to get a closer look. What I saw next will haunt me forever. It was a dog, lifeless and limp, hanging there, its eyes wide open, staring into nothingness.
Well, you get the point. You can do a lot more with the voices in Fleeky to make it more scary. Let me know in the comments if you want to see a part 2. And as always, if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Until next time.